I've been trying to film this video for like 2 days now, but I just could not get in the mindset to do it. So today we're gonna be talking about the NuPhy Halo75 and all my thoughts and opinions around this board, and if I think it's worth picking up over everything else. Let's get started. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So like I said, we're gonna be going over the NuPhy W75 and all my thoughts and opinions on this board. It is a mechanical based board, so if you are looking for a performance based, high quality Hall effect board, this will not be the video for you. I do have one coming around this board here. This is the Psycha KB CK75. This is the fastest Hall effect board I've ever used, even beating my Wooting in performance test, but we'll go over that when we do. Today we're gonna be talking about the Halo75. The Halo75, like I said, is a mechanical board. This is mainly meant for productivity and slight gaming. It uses cherry silent red clear tops. These are a linear switch that are completely quiet. Here's a quick typing test so you can see how it sounds. The performance of this board, it does do 1 kHz polling rate, which doesn't really matter when it comes to keyboards. It does play very well in video games, and when using this on my everyday to-day use, I didn't have any complaints with it. It is a really nice spongy feeling typing experience, especially with the space bar where they're using their ghost bar, which is a polycarbonate layer under the actual space bar itself that creates a very nice dampened and nice spongy feeling typing experience. This is a gasket mounted keyboard, so there's not tray mount like a standard keyboard like the Wooting where you have screws in the tray itself. This is kind of friction fitted with the PCB and the plate between the top case and then the bottom case. This is using an aluminum top case, so it has a really nice premium feeling to it, and then using an ABS plastic bottom case. ABS is the material used in a lot of gaming mice, so it'd be very similar feeling wise on the bottom half. The top half does use aluminum and it feels really nice. It feels really cold when your room gets cold. It gets kind of a warm feeling when your room is warm. This does come in 2 different layouts. This comes in a 96 and a 75%. They're both compact keyboards. So instead of being an exploded layout like a standard 75 or TKL, where the F row has spacing above the number row, everything is compacted into a small board and it's more of like a tight rectangle. And like I said, it is a 75%. So you do get those arrow keys, you do get that F row, and you do get that. You do get the home functions on the side, so it's really nice for, like I said, productivity. It's decent for gaming. Like I said, I would prefer a Hall effect board for gaming, and NuPhy did just release the Field 75 Hall effect, which I will be checking out in a later video. But for right now, this is a really high quality board that I can recommend for people looking for good productivity and gaming, something you could use for both. It does come with Bluetooth, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, and a wired mode. I'm using it in the wired mode. I've had no issues with it, but when I did test it in the wireless mode, the latency felt about on par with the wired mode for pretty much all of my uses. The only issue is that the Bluetooth mode does have a lot more latency to it. It does poll at a 125 hertz compared to the 1000 hertz of the wired and wireless mode with a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. So it doesn't feel as good. It's more of a typing delay, and I would not use this for gaming on Bluetooth mode. But with the wireless dongle or in wired mode, it feels fantastic, especially if you're just taking something to go. You want something that will feel good, be quiet, especially in office settings like I've been using it in. I don't really want a super loud, clacky, super thick, thocky board when I'm at an office, when I'm in a cubicle, when I'm in a call center, which is where I used to work, where I tested this board out. I did not want that in that experience because those kind of boards are very, very, very loud in quiet environments compared to a silent board, which just sounds incredibly quiet and it feels great too to type on. So now I'm just going to bring you over to a friend of mine, Varble, over at Varble Studios, who will be going over why would you even consider a mechanical board when Hall effect exists, and just give his take on the current state of keyboards in the gaming space.
Hello everyone, my name is Varble from Varble Studios. Then Stubby asked me a question about how mechanical keyboards still have a place in today's market. So one of the most important things about mechanical keyboards is customization. So with a mechanical keyboard, you can get to choose any layout you want, any region specific stuff you might want for a keyboard, there will 99% exist a keyboard for your needs. If you like to do a lot of different stuff with many different keys, you can get a full 100% keyboard or even larger. Or if you're on the go every day, you can get a 40% keyboard and use VIA to program every single key down with tap dance and stuff. If you're a guy from the Nordic countries like myself, you can use the ISO enter key, which is the big enter that a lot of people use in the Nordics. Or you could use the standard American ANSI enter that the majority of people use. You could also use a whole range of different layouts in between, you know, a really compact one or a really big one. Stuff like a 10 keyless or 75%, or the more popular recently with the function rowless TKLs. There's a whole plethora of different layouts you can use. Another great point of customization is switches and switch feeling. Because with Hall effect switches, you only really get linear switches with a very similar sound profile. Except for maybe the Jade switches, a lot of these different linear Hall effect switches sound pretty similar, at least compared to some of the mechanical switches where you can both get a different feeling and a whole different sound profile. You can get stuff like silent switches or tactile switches or clicky switches that can just alter the feeling and sound of the board in a way that Hall effect just cannot do. And then you get to the most nerdy part of keyboards. Stuff like the sound profile and the mounting style that impacts both the sound profile and the feeling. Mounting styles are a really, really big thing in custom keyboards. You can go from anything from, you know, the standard tray mount or the well-known gasket mount, or something like a tadpole mount from the from Hien stuff, or the lattice mount from the Mode keyboards. There's a whole plethora of different mounting styles that all impact the board's typing feel, if you want a stiff or a bouncy typing experience, where all of that is preference. Yeah, so to sum up, with a mechanical keyboard, you don't get as much gaming performance, raw gaming performance as a Hall effect, but you get to choose so many different factors in comparison to Hall effects. So to sum up, what I've been saying is that a mechanical keyboard has much better options for customization than a Hall effect keyboard, but maybe doesn't have the exact same gaming performance. However, this might not be exactly necessary for all people.
All right, and that should wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. This was a little bit of a shorter review. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get all the base points covered with this keyboard, as it's not as feature rich as a Wooting, but it is still a very high-end board I can easily recommend, especially around that $120 range. If you want something good for productivity and gaming, this can suffice both of those, but you are losing the performance of not having a Hall effect board, and I would definitely recommend checking out their Field75 HE. Like I said, I will be checking out here very shortly. I'll also recommend checking out stuff like the Psychic KB CK75 and their HM66 if you want the highest performance Hall effect boards on the market. Or even check out Wooting, who makes fantastic keyboards for gaming only. If you're looking for something that is really good in productivity, NuPhy has just had no issues with me. Their boards are very high quality and I do really enjoy them. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You say you want it, oh baby girl, you say you want it. Baby, come get it, oh baby, yeah, you gotta get it. Hey baby girl, drop all these products. Look at everyone who's trying harder. I don't know if I should try harder, cause you're the only one I want.